Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 26 of Saving Schalke. So after a disappointing set of results in the last episode against Borussia Dortmund where we lost, and Eintracht Frankfurt which we drew 0-0, we've played 3 games since then, beaten Shakhtar Donetsk 5-0, Wolfsburg 2-0 victory, and finally more recently a victory over Hanover, and today we're going to play Valencia at home in the Champions League and then RB Leipzig away in the league. Since the 2 results, I have changed formation, so I'm going with a 4-1-2-3, 4-3-3, however you want to describe it. But we've climbed the league, which is nice to see. We're 9 points behind Bayern Munich in first position, so hopefully we can close the gap. Sesko's having fantastic performances with 7 goals in total in the league at the moment, but our attention is focused on the Champions League to start with. From 2 games, we've won 1 and lost 1, and Valencia are currently top of the group, so a victory here would go a long way to challenging to get out of the group stage. So let's just head straight into the game. So the side we're going out to play Valencia, so you've got Georgie in goal, Wagnerman at right back, Kevin, Anel, Rugari, Schmidt, Scott, Mariba, Sane, Harvey Elliott and Sesko. Sanders is working his way back to full fitness. Ransford Chiboa is currently unhappy with the amount of game time that I've given him. Michael Muller is currently injured for quite a prolonged period of time, and Yusuf Demir is out for a couple of weeks as well. But hopefully we can get a victory with this starting 11 in the game against Valencia today. Quickly looking at the Valencia lineup, they've got a few familiar faces with Gabriel Paulista, Jose Gaya, Soler and Gonzalo Guedes, Maxi Gomez. They've got Luca Pellegrini. They've got a few familiar faces, but I think on paper our side looks stronger, so hopefully we can get the victory today. Jose Gaya with a free kick, just gone 6 minutes in. Ball comes in and Anel wins the header. Sesko looks to win the ball, but Soler beats him to it, and he's driving forward on the right hand side. Gets a cross in for Maxi Gomez, who wins a header and it hits the post. And we play it back to Georgie, who clears it, but it was a rushed clearance, and they're coming forward once again here, and a fantastic challenge, but it falls to their man. Ball comes in, Maxi Gomez wins the header again, and it's just over the bar. So we're quite lucky that it's still 0-0 after 7 minutes. Throwing here on the left hand side with Rugari into Mariba, up to Schmidt, back to Rugari into Christopher Scott. Rugari looks to beat his man, but it falls to Schmidt, who gives the ball away, and they're looking to counter here Valencia, but Rugari intercepts and plays all the way back to Georgie. Ball will come out here on the left hand side to Anel. Further out on the left hand side is Rugari, who receives the ball with Harvey Elliott making a run in front of him, which he finds, but it's intercepted, and Soler wins the ball but gives it to Mariba, who finds Elliott this time, driving forward on his left hand side, has a shot and it's just over the bar. Throwing here with Wagnerman just inside our half, and it plays back to Kevin, who's driving forward with it. Back to Wagnerman on the right hand side, who's driving down the wing, looking to get the cross in, and which he does. Sesko in the middle is out jumped by Soler, and Pedro picks the ball up. Plays it out to Guedes on the left hand side with Wagnerman out of position. Scott comes across to cover and wins the ball quite nicely. But Wagnerman playing in that right back position, has just received the ball, and we're playing it, looking out for Harvey Elliott on the left hand side now, who's driving forward with it. And after that first season loan that he had with us, Sesko wins a header, but it hits the bar. But yes, with Harvey Elliott, after a successful loan the first season, I just thought it was quite good to bring him back for the second season here at Schalke. So he has done quite well in the few games that he's come in and played in this loan period. Especially it allowed Sane to go on the right hand side when Demir got injured, so it's quite handy to have him still in the side. And speaking of Sane, he picks the ball up here, looks to find Sesko one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Tame effort and the keeper saves, but the rebound almost fell to him, but their centre-backs clear the ball out to the right-hand side for them. Corner here with Rugari, aiming for that front stick, and where their man is just lurking and he clears it, but it's only as far as Sidi Sane, who plays it up to Rugari. Back to Sidi Sane, into Christopher Scott, going to look to get the cross in towards Mariba, and their challenge falls to Sesko, who pokes it into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Schalke. It was a bit of a messy goal. Soler won the challenge. I think it was off of Mariba's foot. We'll see it here. Rugari sort of knocks it into Sane, into Christopher Scott. So yes, Soler won the challenge on Mariba, but it only fell as far as Sesko, who just pokes it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0. Rugari plays it back to Anel, who plays it inside to Schmidt, who loses the ball. He's our one weak link, I would say, in the side, but he's young enough that he can develop. And Guedes has just hit the outside of the post, but Schmidt has time to develop and hopefully can become a very solid centre defensive midfielder for us. But we've now reached half time, being 1-0 up. I'll tell them to keep it up. There is a few tired legs in Wagnerman and Mariba, so I will look to take them off in the second half and bring on a few fresh legs. But we need to score that second goal before I want to take them off. So hopefully we can get a highlight soon and we can get that second goal. But speaking of highlights, Guy's got a corner here. Ball comes in. Gabriel Paulista wins the header and it hits the bar again. And Gaia puts it in towards Guedes, but we've cleared it only as far as their man. But we were lucky there that Gabriel Paulista didn't score from that header that he had a fantastic chance from. Gaia with a throw in here into Musa. Back to their centre-backs, into their midfield, but Rugari wins the ball after they look to beat our defensive line, but it's played out to Sane on the right-hand side, and Gaia wins a crunching challenge, but that's what we like Schmidt to do, is just pick up the seconds in the centre midfield position, and we're hoping to get on the attack here, into Scott, forward to Wagnerman, who comes back to Scott, which is a peculiar pass, but Mariba plays it all the way out to Harvey Elliott on the left hand side, looking to cut back, and he's brought down by his man, and it looks like it's going to VAR here, either a free kick or a penalty. I thought it was just outside of the area, and in fact it is a free kick, so I was correct with what I'd thought. It did look like it was just outside the penalty area, and from that resulting free kick, Sane goes to put it in, but it doesn't beat the first man. 65 minutes in, I'm going to make first few changes. Wagnerman is tired, so I'm going to bring on Sharvit on the right hand back position, and I'll also bring off Mariba and bring on Blanco in that centre mid position. Hopefully, being 1-0, it's going to be a tight last few moments, but hopefully we can hold out for the victory today. Corner here with Rugari, hits Anel at the front stick, but his header is just over the bar and it goes out for a goal kick. And with just over 10 minutes to go, I'm going to look to bring on Sanders, just recovering from that injury, give him a bit of game time to get back to match fitness. Rugari had a very good game at left back, and hopefully Sanders can get a bit of match sharpness going, and then we can start to bring him into the side more regularly. But the time is just ticking away here. We're currently at the 88th minute. As you can see on the right hand side as well, it leaves Valencia, Inter Milan and ourselves all on 6 points after 3 games, so it's very tight in our group. Sharvit wins a header here, but only falls as far as Gaia. They're going to look to play in their man here, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. and his shot is wayward and over the bar. But it's a tight group so far. All teams are on 6 points. We're currently sat in third position, presumably on goal difference, because we all would have beaten Shakhtar and have all beaten one another. But that is full time, and we have come away with 1-0 victory against Valencia today. So I'm very happy with that result, because it does mean that we are in a strong position after those 3 games to push forward, and it's actually not on goal difference. So I don't quite know how that they've worked that out, because us and Valencia are both on 4 goal difference compared to Inter Milan's 1. So I don't quite know why we are sat in third position, but we're still in a chance to get out of the group stage and hit the knockout rounds of the Champions League. But let's just go towards the RB Leipzig game and see how we get on there. So in between the 2 games here, we've got a news article saying that Schalke are the leading Bundesliga player development side. So it's quite nice to see some of our players are reaching high levels. We have now reached the game against RB Leipzig. However, we've got a few tired legs here today. So I'm going to take off Anel and bring on Santos. I think I'm also, I don't know, because we've got a few injuries, so it's frustrating that I can't play the likes of Demir. He's still got a couple of weeks out, and this is the strongest side, so I think I am actually going to just make that one change and bring in Santos instead of Anel to start with, and hopefully we don't get too tired of legs during the game, because they will come out with a very strong side today. I don't know who that they've bought, but they've got Dahoud, Kubo, fantastic player, and Kunku. Thiago Thomas is meant to be a very good player as well. So they do have a strong side. We are away from home with a few tired legs after the Champions League. So let's hope that we can get a victory again today against a strong RB Leipzig side. Thrown here after 18 minutes with Wagnerman. Scott looks to play Wagnerman back. Falls to Schmidt. Back to Scott. And we play it all the way to Kevin at our centre-back position, who finds Schmidt into Sesko. Looks to find Mariba, who has a fantastic shot. And Ziggy, their goalkeeper, makes an equally excellent save to tip it out for a corner here, which Sidi Sane will look to take. Aiming for the front post. Sesko doesn't win the header, and it falls to Schmidt. Back to Sane. Back to Schmidt. Into Elliott. Trying to get a turn in, but has to find Santos behind him. Driving forward, has a shot, and it blocked. Falls to Schmidt. Scott. Mariba into Sesko, and Ziggy makes another fantastic save, and they clear it out for a throw-in this time. Wagnerman with a throw-in, who plays it into Sidi Sane. Going to look to play out Wagnerman on the right-hand side again, but he drifted offside, so it's kept between Scott and Sane. Schmidt here to Scott. Sane through to Sesko. Mariba, ball over the top to Wagnerman to run onto, looking to get a cross in now. Ball comes in and Sesko pokes it into the back of the net, but it looks like that they are calling offside. I think Harvey Elliott could potentially have been offside, but it's going to VAR here, and the decision from VAR will say that the goal has been disallowed. So I think Harvey Elliott was in an offside position, as you can see here. When the ball came across from Wagnerman, he's just drifted offside and is interfering with play. So that is why the goal was disallowed for us today. But it's been an even first half, realistically, and just before the half-time whistle, they'll have a throw in here, and Kunku plays it out to Take, back out to Singo. Ball comes in, Thomas, and Georgie makes a fantastic save, and it's quite fortunate that he managed to keep hold of that and didn't parry it anywhere, because it literally was such a hard shot that it literally could have gone anywhere. but Georgie plays it long, looking for Sidi Sane, but they're going to win the header and come straight back at us. Thomas one-on-one with Georgie, and he pokes it past Georgie to make it 1-0 to RB Leipzig just before half-time. So like I was saying, it was such an even game that it could have gone either way, and just before the half-time whistle, we have a bit of a heartbreak where Tate plays the ball through to Thiago Thomas, who rounds Georgie somewhat and just pokes it underneath him to make it 1-0 to RB Leipzig. So as you just saw, we've conceded just before half-time, so I'll just tell the boys that I'm not happy and I know that they can improve. So hopefully we'll get a bit more creativity in the second half from them. I know that they're a bit tired, but we need a victory here today. As you can see, RB Leipzig jump all the way up to 4th in the league with a victory here today, and we currently sit in 6th. So it is a much needed victory for us if we can somewhat bounce back. But Ziggy's come a long way to header it to De Hood, who finds Singo, slots in Thiago Thomas, and Georgie makes a fantastic save once again. And like I said before the game, Thiago Thomas is a very threatening player, and as you can see, he's had a few good chances, converted one of them, but another one there, and there we are. 2-0 down from a corner from Nkunku. Very disappointing. We were on such good form. I think I might have jinxed it by saying after having 4 wins on the bounce, but if he didn't win the header, the goal scorer, Thiago Thomas would have put that into the back of the net. So it's disappointing to be 2-0 down with 40 minutes to go, but hopefully we can come back here. Lee on the ball, playing it back, and we're just not pressurising them. And Nkunku on the ball here to their second goal scorer on the right hand side, into De Hood, ball played over the top, Thiago Thomas one-on-one with the goalkeeper again and hits the outside of the post. So from this moment onward, I will be demanding more from the players, because the performance that I've seen so far just isn't what I expect from a Schalke side that finished second in the league, second in the Pokal last year, and second and came runners up in the Champions League. So we need to be showing a bit more determination from this game, and with half an hour left to go, I'll make a few changes. I'll bring on Robert Wagner instead of Harvey Elliott, which weakens our side, but he's getting tired. And I'll also bring on Blanco in the centre defensive mid role instead of Schmidt. Ziggy with the goal kick here, plays it short to their centre-back, who finds that other centre-back who plays it long. But Kevin's just going to win the ball quite calmly here. Got plenty of time and plays Santos, who once again, since signing for us, hasn't really had a strong game. His stats look so much better than Anel, but every game that I've played him in, he's just not been good enough. So don't quite know what to do with him. If we can potentially, I don't quite know, tell him to do better, say his performances aren't very good, and see if there's any change in them. I don't know, but the whole team today has played quite poorly. Sesko on the ball here, finds Mariba. Yeah, everyone apart from Georgie. I know he's conceded 2 goals, but he's currently on a 7.5 rating, and we could have just got a goal back here. Sesko looked like he'd headed it down to Sidi Sane, and RB Leipzig are frantically calling for an offside, but Sane's collected the ball. So with it going to VAR, I think by him collecting the ball it will be a goal. Yes, it is. So as you can see, Mariba plays it out to Agari, who just drives forward on the left hand side. Cross comes in, Sesko gets a flick on, and Sidi Sane at the back post just pokes it past Ziggy to make it 2-1 with 20 minutes to go. So it's going to be a close encounter for the final 20 minutes. So let's hope we can get another goal in this tie and at least salvage a point. they've got a free kick here, and the header from Singo is just over the bar. With 4 minutes to go, I have demanded a bit more from players. I know they are very tired, and looking at the stats, we haven't deserved a point, but it would be nice to get something, as there would be a 4-point gap between us and RB Leipzig and Leverkusen, who are literally the position above us. So we're starting to lose ground on the pack in front of us with this loss today. So it's very disappointing to go from winning against Valencia to then losing against RB Leipzig. Both of the games were tough, but it's just overall disappointing because once again we're losing ground on Bayern Munich, who won't drop many points this season. So let's hope we can take a few points from them, and clubs around us like RB Leipzig, Leverkusen, Dortmund, Mönchengladbach can take points from them, and Eintracht Frankfurt have got a draw against them, so that's somewhat a positive. If I come back for the next episode, I will come for the Bayer Leverkusen game and the Hertha Berlin game. Bayer Leverkusen are just above us in the league, sat in 5th position, and Hertha Berlin are always a very strong side. If you have enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Check our Instagram in the description below to keep up to date on what we get up to on the channel. But apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next episode.